All right, Green Architecture. I'd like to give you a little bit of an introduction, an overview, and maybe even some instruction on your next activity, which is activity 1.9, room sizes and relationships. So we started this one in the midst of test week, and we're really talking about what goes into a good floor plan. And this activity starts getting us down to the heart of that. So we'll slide down here. We're a little broken up this week because of the testing and then the hybrid and so on. So this is kind of the instructions for um, the gold and distance learning groups to get started on the 29th, and also for the blue group to get started on the 30th. This is basically the intro to activity 1.9. So I'm going to hover up here a little bit to give you an overview. Um, you should first watch the activity 1.9 room sizes and relationships PowerPoint. It can be found right here. It says read through, but there's also right here, it's a video for it. If you'd rather watch that, that's fine. Blue group, you're down here. I will put that in there. Right here it is. You guys will be watching the 1.9 sizes and relationships video. If you're in class with me on that day, I will actually go over it in person. All right, so that will give you an overview about the basics, the learning of activity 1.9. Once you've watched that video, and really as you watch the video, you need to be taking notes because you're going to be doing an assignment here, believe it or not. You'll be doing an assignment that if I get back up to it here, it is right here, and I will go ahead and open that up. Actually, I've got it opened already here, but here's the assignment. It's called Activity 1.9, Room Sizes and Relationships Study Guide. Actually, a study guide with some other activities that we'll be doing. Part one is actually a study guide. So just the overview, kind of the introduction says, how do architects and engineers ensure that homes are put together in a way that will be functional and pleasing to the homeowner? Architectural design rules address sizing and space configuration. And in this activity, you will take notes about room sizes and areas and typical sizes and arrangements. So the first part is just that. Watch the PowerPoint video and you'll take some notes in your notebook on this and you'll fill in some of these areas. What are the three classifications of areas of a house? A, B, and C. What are they? You're going to learn about that and you'll have to fill those in. Likewise, as you're watching that, what's the first area? What are the typical room sizes? What are the types of rooms? So names of rooms here. And then what are the typical sizes? Some characteristics that's part of the PowerPoint. The next area, what area do we call that? What are the sizes of the rooms? What are the names of those types of rooms? Also some characteristics. You'll do that for all three areas. Then as we keep moving down through that PowerPoint, each architectural term below, you'll write in a definition. So what is a WC? What is a water closet? Tell me what that is. You'll learn that from the video or the PowerPoint. What is a lavatory? What's a half bath? What's a three-quarter bath? What's a full bath? In other words, what's in all of these three? What's in a master bath that makes it different from those three? What in the world is a working triangle? Okay, describe what each of those are after you have watched the PowerPoint video. Part two, a little more hands-on. Now we get to apply what we've been learning. The first one that we'll have to do is we will have you duplicate this sketch in your engineering notebook. So you'll draw this out. And basically what do you have? It's a rectangle with a little bit of a bump out here for the garage. Label these areas. You don't have to draw in all the details like the arrows and so on, but draw each area, write the label for what it is, and then using this key up here, color code them. If you've got some colored pencils, that works perfect. Surface areas. Identify the surface areas on this floor plan, color them green. Not so much that I can't see the labels yet, though. I want to be able to read the names of the room, but highlight around that or draw around that in green so we know what the surface areas are. Sleeping areas will be colored in blue and the living areas colored in red. And once you're all done, you'll take a picture of that and you'll insert that right below so I can verify that you've done your work. Next one is what we call the conclusion area. Okay. What area do you think the following groups belong to? Okay. What do they belong to? What is a patio or a deck? Is that a surface area, sleeping area, or is that a living area? And why? Don't forget the and why. 2 points per term there. So tell me what category they fit into and why. And then, if you were to plan out your own house, what rooms would you want to have in your house someday? Think of the rooms that you need and the rooms that you might want and list them in this area right here. The next area, we're going to learn about a tool that architectural designers use called a bubble diagram. So number 3 says architects and engineers often use bubble diagrams to quickly get their ideas on paper. Read through this short PowerPoint. It's only maybe 6 or 8 slides, but read through. If you link onto this, that'll take you right to that PowerPoint. Read through the few slides of that to learn about what goes into a bubble diagram. And then you can see an example below. Now, this isn't a great example, but it's an example. Notice our sleeping room looks like that's a really big sleeping area because the size of the circle should be relative to the size of the room. I'm guessing that's probably a master bedroom. Small entryway, small stairway, big relaxing area, relatively good sized cooking area. You get the idea. The size of the circle should kind of indicate how big that room is. So in your engineering notebook, sketch a floor plan using bubbles that includes all of the rooms that you would like to have that you listed in question 2 above. And list their approximate sizes. Use a full page of your engineering notebook so that you have room to add the room names and sizes. Now, what that has to consist of, it may be a 1-story or a 2-story. Well, I would really recommend a 1-story, but I'll give you the flexibility. If you really want to do 2-story, you can. I think 1-story will make your life easier. Make sure it contains the rooms that you listed above. It must have all of these. You have to have a bedroom or bedrooms, a bathroom or bathrooms. That's a bathroom in this case, accessible from a hallway. So if you have a master bathroom, that's not enough. You have to have kind of a common use bathroom that can be accessed from a hallway or living service area, not through a bedroom. And a kitchen. All bedrooms must contain a closet. This should be a separate bubble. Hallways must be used appropriately. In other words, don't just put a hallway in for the sake of putting in a hallway. Make sure it is needed. You need the hallway to get to another room in the house. Okay? Doorways must be marked. You can just put 2 little lines like we did when we were sketching to create the doorway entry. Room dimensions must be appropriate. Okay? And then when you're all done making your bubble diagram, you'll add color to that again. Surface area, lightly color that in green. Sleeping areas, lightly color that in blue. And living areas, lightly color that in red. And when you're completed with your bubble diagram, you will insert that into the space right here. So that is an overview on how we're going to deal with activity 1.9. Typically, you'll have like 2 days on this. Activity 1.8 takes about 1 day. Activity 1.9 over 2 days. So that will make this one due on Monday. So hopefully that gets you a heads up on where we're going, and have fun. You get to do some sketching, start planning out your own home. See you soon, guys.